Alright, so my name is Anthony DeShields and this is my senior project presentation. So hopefully y'all enjoy this and see what I got. So my senior presentation was basically different comic books that relate to the social issues in the world that goes on today. For example, I brought up the fact of the Civil War comics, as you can see as an image right here. And for the topic of this section, we got civil liberties. Now, why would I bring up that? Cause I feel as though that based on the book, this was like, how you say, more so a good representation of what I want to bring up, you know, in this section of my presentation. For example, there is a lot that comes with it. For example, speech, religion, press, assembly, and the right to petition to the government. Now, for this reason only, right? This book was basically about two opposing sides disagreeing on one thing, and because of that, started, you know, a war between those two opposing sides. For example, we got Captain America and Iron Man trying to fight for freedom, security, for the people that have superpowers, that want to be out in the open without any restrictions, or want to do good without any restrictions being held upon them because of how their superpowers are, and thus creating the Superhuman Registration Act. Now, why? Beats me, but because of that, it restricted a lot of superheroes or superhumans that want to do good. Even though there's a bunch of villains in the world of Marvel, the heroes that want to help are restricted because of the fact of this act being presented. And that's why Captain America was fighting against it, as though Iron Man was trying to, you know, slap that away and be like, no, this is the right way, this is the right move. We have another comic book, Superman Peace on Earth. Now, for this topic, I want to bring up poverty. Now, why poverty? Because I feel as though that is mostly found in the real world and also in the world of comics, specifically DC Comics. Now, we're not even talking about like the streets of Philly. We talking about where Batman is known for fighting crimes at: Gotham, Black Lightning, Freeland, Daredevil, New York. You see mostly impoverished areas in those neighborhoods of those cities. Now, for that being said, the reason why I brought up this comic book was because of the fact that not only it begins with Superman finding a starving young woman asking for help, and because he saw that, he wanted to do more research on world hunger. I wanted to bring up racism, more specifically in book issue 76 of Green Lantern, and this issue is bringing up Green Arrow as well. And throughout this story, right, him and Green Lantern go to a project home, meet this guy named Slade, and they try to solve this case and try to stop him from like terrorizing the tenants and stuff of that nature. And because of that, the Guardians that Green Lantern works for, saw that as like a minor, didn't really care about that and told him to move on. But disobeying the Guardians, Green Lantern stayed, but he was watched. This elderly black man did his research. The people that Green Lantern saved, the people that Green Arrow saved, they were purple skinned. We talk about aliens or other races, but he noticed that, why don't you help our race, our skin color? Why? And Hal Jordan was speechless. He couldn't answer. But the point of it was to show that even though that Hal was doing the right thing at the moment, people around him still believed that. And even in this world to this day, the right thing may look suspicious to others, even though it's still the right thing. And that's why I brought up racism, just to show that nowadays you see racism depending on who's looking at it in a different light. Racism can be Racism to others can be, oh, you're doing the wrong thing. You're doing the right thing for the wrong race. And that's what's being brought up to here. That's why the elderly black man approached Green Lantern and asked him that question. And to that being said, hopefully y'all enjoy this. And hopefully I get an A. Yeah. Bye.